So I'm down here in Alberta in Canada, and you can see the glacier right there. The top portion of it is a bit obscured because of the clouds or the fog, but look at that. Look how very thick the ice is right there. Look at all that. And then down below we have the valley. The ice is running down in there as well. The water is running down, flowing from whatever melting ice is coming from the mountain. Right now I'm down in the valley. I'm just looking around. Again, here we are at the toe of the Athabasca Glacier. And if you look on the ice, you see personnel over there that were dropped off by the bus. You can see the bus. Where is it? Right there. The tour buses actually drop them off, and then they get in those SUVs, and they get on the ice. And then we're coming from way down there. We park in a valley down there and just march up here. So I'll just shut up now and let you take a good look at the Athabasca Glacier.
Just take a quick picture for us.
See, they're lined up there next to the Susvies, all in one line. I can imagine there might be a cave up there that they're taking them into or something.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, possibly.
Do you know how much it is to get a ticket?
No, I don't. But I think it's across the ways over there, that building. Yeah. Because I see the buses driving up back and forth.
Yeah. I thought it'd be free.
Yeah.
Look, there's 6. Yeah. That's crazy. But it's moved that far. Real life. Or we go back and explore the way. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm fine if we do that. We do like lunch. And we lunch and then no, because I really want to go back to the
We got some cairns. Remember the cairns? I did a video on one of these cairns in Yongin in Korea. These are tiny. They have some bigger ones in Korea, some taller ones. Another glacier right there. And these are the ice fields of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Columbia Ice Field, Jasper National Park of Canada. Even right here, you can see the ice right here on the side of the road by the stream. And look at that iceberg, parts of it is breaking off. There's a crack, massive crack in it. You can see the iceberg right there. Iceberg, I'm sorry. Glacier. You can see the glacier right there. Another one up here. But right here, close to me, you can see ice as well. Just across the stream right there. See? I'll zoom out so you can see it. But it's right there. And I think those buses right there, see a blue one right there, another blue one. I think they're coming out of the ice field in there. Let's see if I can make it in there. Oh yeah, because there's a red one down there. I think. Now I'm at the toe of the Athabasca Glacier. And I'm gonna walk up there onto the glacier. See if I can get a closer look at the glacier. So that's where we are, and that's the glacier right there. So I'm right here, parking, and that's the glacier. Athabasca Glacier. It's not too far up. I'm gonna make sure I have my hat, my knit cap, my hiking shoes, and my hoodie on. Making glaciers formation. Glaciers have poured out of the Columbia ice field for much of the past 3 million years. Snow falls on the ice field and compresses it into ice, which feeds the glaciers. That ice moves slowly downhill toward the warmer valley bottom, melting and forming rivers. Some of the ice at the toe of the glacier fell as snow as much as 400 years ago. Wow, some of this ice has been here for 400 years, eh? That's amazing. So the Columbia ice field and its glaciers have grown and shrunk with the ice ages. In the last 250,000 years, glaciers have covered most of the Canada several times. The Columbia ice field is one of the last surviving remnants of this time. There is a road up top up there that the tour buses use to drive into the ice field. But we just drove down to the little parking area down here and we just hike it up there. Katabic winds. Ice field produce their own weather. Most of the time you can notice a cool breeze here coming from the glacier. Air passing over the ice field is cooled by the ice. Cold air is denser and heavier than warm air, so it slides downhill, creating what is called a katabic wind. Katabic winds are strongest in the fall. That's when the temperature difference between the ice field and the lower valley is the greatest. There's some people up there, and you can see the glacier where it stops up there. See one of the bus up there? Oh, it just disappeared. I can feel the moisture from the glacier, and you can see it up there, and you can see down below as well. Well, in 1982, the glacier was right here at this point right there, where I'm standing right now. That's where it was in 1982. And you can see how far it is now, way up there. And at one point it was actually way down there in the valley where you can see that water. And right here, this is the first ice that I've encountered. And you see it's not even melting right now because how cold the area is. But you can see it right here. Right there. Like they state, the glacier produces its own weather system. And right now, you can see the water droplets on the rocks. And I can also feel it on my face. And any part of my body that's not covered up with clothing. This is just magnificent. Look at the enormity of the area below, carved out by ice and water some years ago. I can imagine that that mountain over there was just one big mountain with this one right here, and sometime over time the water and the ice carved it out to where we have this channel cut through both mountains. Hello, hi, how are you? So glaciers have signatures, just like rocks or trees, and stratiation. As it moves downhill, the glacier picks up rocks which scratch and gouge the ground. These gouges are called stratiations. Watch for these stripes on the rocks. You see them right there? They're also what they call lateral moraines along its edges. The glacially pilous rocks debris called lateral moraines. They mark the limit of the ice against the valley side. Hello. And in 1992, the glacier was right here. So you see it keep moving every 10 years. From down in the valley, all the way up. From way down there, all the way up to this point in 1992. And of course, I'm going to show you where it's at today. And that is where it's at today. As you can see, those people out there, way out there in the distance, they got up there by bus. You can see the little red and white bus out there that drove along this route up here, somewhere right here, and get up there. So from the site, or from the location right here of the glacier Tofoot in 2006, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much to all my supporters, all my subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. We're looking at the Athabascan Glacier right now, right here. And at this moment, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. Thank you for checking out my videos, liking the videos, commenting on the videos, sharing the videos, and subscribing to the channel. Once again, thank you so much. And if you're watching this, for all these subscribers that I'm shouting out, please go over to, for all these subscribers that I'm shouting out, please go over to their channel and show them some support as well. And as you go along on this journey called life, whatever you do, just try to be good, be true to yourself, and stay safe. Raining now, much larger water drops, and you can see the glacier is somewhat obscured now, and even the mountains by the cliff. But I stopped just to show you, this is where the glacier was in 1935. So see where I'm at? I was parked down there earlier, and then the glacier is way up there on the top right there now. So you can see how much it has receded over the years. The Athabasca Glacier here in Alberta, Canada. So that's where it was at, 1935. And from here to where it's at right now, I want to say it's good, maybe 3/4 of a mile as the bird flies. Huge difference. Morning. VIII does not stop again, and yes, the rain is definitely coming down now, much harder. And it's just the clouds and the glacier that makes its own weather system, as they say. As soon as I get out of here, it's gonna stop raining. But now I'm seeing right here in 1908, this is where the glacier was in 1908. And like I say, you can see the difference between where it's at right now, where I marched down or I walked down, and then into the valley where we were parked. See where I'm coming from down there? And to this point right here where it was in 1908. So this entire area was covered by glacier in 1908. And I can imagine the entire area because there's a large mountain too, so pretty sure the ice would have come down. And once again, I'm just thinking that this mountain up here was once part of that mountain and vice versa. But over the years, because of the glacier and the ice, it basically cuts a channel through here, and now we have the valley and the mountains have been separated. That's just my thinking. I don't know if that's a fact, but I'll leave it at that. Let me get out of the rain and get it going. So this is the building right here I've been calling base camp. Right there. And that's their parking lot. I'm heading towards Lewis Lake. I'm coming from Jasper. And so that's where the personnel, they go to get picked up by the buses. Columbia Ice Field. They get picked up by the buses. You can see the buses over here that picks them up. And those blue and white buses takes them across over here, and then the red bus takes over from the blue and white buses and drop them off onto the actual glacier. You can see the road right there in front of me that goes over that way. There's the road right there. There it is, right there. Go into the fields. So again, we're passing through the Columbia Ice Field, and we just left the center right there, which was at the Athabasca Glacier. And we're heading in an easterly direction towards Wilcox. Wilcox is right here. And Banff is about VIII NFF, about 182 Ks away, just for 100 miles, 115 miles, thereabouts. I know you can see the rain has stopped. And once again, the rain is just a part of the weather system that the glacier created. The experts say that the glaciers, they create their own weather system. Hilda Creek. See a cabin back there in the tree line. Let's hill the creek down there. So ice is right up against the road right here, so you know I'm in the ice field. I've heard of oil field, I've heard of mine field, but right now I'm in the ice field. Look right there, right outside the window. See the ice right there? So if I step off the road, I'm in the ice field. Down here we have Parker Ridge, and it's a hiking area. And I'm gonna just pull over a little bit and give you a quick glimpse of the area, and then I just head on my journey. Most people parking facing in, I'm parking facing out. Now where does it say you have to face parking? Face parking, no, so when I come back to pull out, I just pull out. Let me get my jacket on. Who's Canada Rentals on 800 RV for rent. Alrighty, so let's see what's down in here. They say explosive on the mountain. What? Unexploded warheads or avalanche projectiles may be found in the target area. If you find a warhead or projectile, do the following. Do not touch or disturb. Mark the location. Immediately report location to a game warden or park ranger. Parker's Ridge. Parker's Ridge. 2.4K. And chain on Parker's. I think that's French because, you know, here in Canada, speak English and French. I think those are the two most dominant languages. So you can see I didn't make it up to the Athabasca Glacier because I didn't get on a bus. But let's see how close I can get to this ice up here. Hello. Hi, how are you? Good? Good. Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you.
I'm doing fine, thanks.
Good.
Thanks. Doesn't feel too cold out here. I noticed a lot of people are looking at me and like, wow, aren't you cold? I'm like, no, I'm coming from colder places. I'm coming from Fairbanks in Alaska. But see your ice? That's what it is, basically. So I fully understand. See all the ice? So I'm actually in the ice field. But the thing is, it's not cold. Well, at least for me, it's not cold. Because I've seen a lot of people wearing full winter ensemble. The hat, the jacket, the trousers, everything. Like I say, as you know, I'm coming out of Fairbanks, where it gets really cold. So over time, your body climatizes, and to a certain degree, you can handle the cold. put up a barrier. It's a restoration in progress, trying to prevent people from taking shortcuts. Way above 6,000 feet in elevation, and I'm trying to screen record my compass so you can see it, but I don't know how to use this iPhone to screen record, so I'm just gonna have to do a screenshot of it, and then I guess show it pretty much some way somehow. But I know there's a way I could screen record, but to give you some indication of where I'm at, down here behind me you can see the road. That's highway, what's that, 93 South, I think it is. Look down there, see? There's a bus coming. I don't know if you're gonna see it. If you look right out here, just continue to look. In about a few seconds, you'll see a bus pass by. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, and where is it at? There it is. You see it pass by just now? It's actually a RV towing a car, actually. But it's going up. Right there, right there. It's going this way. It's going this way. But that's the road down there. And that's the other mountain over here. And then look right here behind me. You can see the peaks right here. So I'm way up there in elevation. My compass says it's 6,700. All right, look, if you look in this open area now, you can see our little RV. It's tiny, but look, see there? Look, see there? Actually, it's 2 of them. 1, 2 right there. You see that? That's it. There's some micros behind me coming up. But yeah, I'm way up here in Parker's Creek. Look down below. See them vehicles. You can probably hear me breathing because I'm actually right now way up there in elevation, and I'm going higher, but I'm 7,000 feet above sea level right now. See, I'm looking down on the cars and all the mountain on the other side, but I'm gonna keep trekking to get up there. See that? That's what I'm trying to get up to. Coming from down below, down there. You can even see the cars that are parked. Oh yeah. So I have made it to 7,000 feet above sea level. I'm gonna keep pushing, keep pushing. Still breathing hard. Look at this juncture right here. Man, look at the ice. Oh, I gotta walk through the ice right here. There's no way around it. So that's up and that's down. You see the road down there? But I gotta cut through this ice right here. Yeah. I'm wearing my orange Run Anywhere, I Run Everywhere shirt, but today I'm not running anywhere. I'm hiking everywhere or walking everywhere, whichever way you want to put it. Yeah, but look at this. Look at that. I heard something that sounded like a avalanche over on that side over there. Oh man, it would have been a rock avalanche if anything, and not ice avalanche. But I hear this rumbling. It's almost like thunder rumbling way out in the distance. You know when you hear thunder, not right up close, but way out in the distance rumbling? That's how it kind of sounded. Hopefully that's not what it is out there, because that's the path I gotta go through to get to where I'm going. See the road down below, way down there? Look at this right here. And I can imagine this area would be a prime area for ice avalanche, because look how steep it is. And you can see there's nothing there to stop it from just going down. That's why when it snows a lot, sometimes they close off some of these roads. But anyhow, let me head on to my journey and not get distracted. Let me get it up there and then get back down and go to where I'm going. But yeah, I'm up just a little bit above 7,000 feet above sea level right now. And you can see the road down below once again. See them cars rolling along. What goes up must come down, right? So I gotta get back down there. So let me continue my journey. You can see my car down there. I can tell it. It's the only one that parking facing out. So I could tell it's right. 1, 2, it's number 3. There's like a gap between. But yeah, look at that down there. I'm approaching 8,000 feet above sea level right now. And I'm almost up on the face of the mountain. Look at all the ice. I guess everything is probably okay. I thought I heard a sound over in that area, in the direction that I'm heading, in my destination that is. That sounded like an avalanche. It's like the mountainside was tumbling down, but I still see vehicles coming and going. So I guess everything is good. Clouds are coming in, hovering over the mountain, covering up the mountain. So I'm slight rain. So I'm probably gonna be drenched. But we'll see how it is, because not predicting the weather out here, as the glaciers and the ice face, they do create their own weather systems. And I can bet much of this is where the north face apparel was dreamt of. Look at the mountain face. And I'm way up north, true north, true north. They got some hikers up there ahead of me, going up. And some car below me, going by. And some raindrops, you can see the raindrops, look how big those raindrops are. Whoa. Wow, 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 wow. Blue Mountain Peak, where you at? Man, tired. As you know, the air gets thinner up here, so it's harder to go up. And the further up you go, the further up it seems like the mountain goes. So there it is. Way up there, look. I'm above even the ice. Zoom in, look, see that? Way down below. Can't even see the cars that are driving on the road now, but you can see them. There they are. But it's way down there. Keep tracking, keep trekking. Thing looks enticing, like it should take a sit, but no time for sitting down. When I get to the top, to my destination, then I can sit down and then make my way back down. The funny thing is, yes, it's hard coming up because you expend a lot of energy coming up here. You know, the hair is getting thinner as well, you know, so harder to breathe and all that. However, in my estimation, going down is even harder, because now, you know, you're trying to avoid slipping and rolling down the hill and turn yourself into an avalanche. But yeah, I think coming up is hard, but going down is harder. more risky, that is, maybe less energy you need to do it, but more risky, you know. That's what I think. Oh, I'm so high I can see even over there on the other side of the road now. Right now, when I was down at the road, I was talking about how I could see the clouds enveloping and obscuring the mountains. Now I'm up here, I'm actually walking up into the clouds now. As you can see right there, they're right moving through, and that's where all that moisture is coming from. There are all these markers along the route saying not to progress into this area. I do not walk in this area because restoration of the trail is taking place, because people tend to want to like take a straight line up the hill or up the mountainside, because as you know, that's shorter. It might be harder, but shorter, so they get there quicker. But to kind of like go around, see some footpath through here, as you can see, probably to get up to the top right there and take some pictures. But the trail actually goes this way. Blue Mountain, where are you at, Blue Mountain? I'm saying Blue Mountain because I'm from Jamaica, and the Blue Mountain Peak is the highest point in Jamaica. You can actually see Cuba on a clear day when it's not hazy from the Blue Mountain Peak, it is said. I personally haven't seen it, but that's what it said. But that is our highest point. And now, as I told you, looking back, you can see the cloud. So I'm up here in the cloud, and the two seasoned hikers that I saw up ahead is nowhere to be seen. They've disappeared. Right now, as far as my eyes can see ahead, it seems like I'm on a plateau, like I'm on the top of the mountain. Of course, I can't see down below. However, there could be another piece of the mountain going up over there in front of me, but because of the cloud, I'm not able to see it from here. But I'll chart along a little bit more and see what I run into. I guess I don't have to worry about wild animals. I think the only kind of wild animals that would be out in these areas are maybe ibex. Is that what those goats are called? Ibex? IBEX? Or some kind of doll sheep or something like that. I think goats are the only ones who would want to come up some kind of a incline like this. And maybe some little squirrel, but of course those aren't dangerous. Goats aren't either. I mean, a goat will gore you with its horn, but they're not as dangerous. It's not like getting a horn from a cow or something. So now you can see it is definitely a plateau right here where I'm at, and you can see more markings of mines or unexploded ordnances. Over there as well. So yes, I'm on top of the mountain. If you look that way, you can see it goes down. There's the little peak up here, and there's the little elevated portion right here as well. But it seems this is where everyone goes. You can see the trail going up. I can also hear airplane flying over, probably looking at it. But I could actually see in a distance the peak. However, because of the clouds, you're not able to see it. I don't even know if it's cloud or fog because it's actually right on the ground. So which is it? Is it cloud or is it fog? But it seems this is the trail right here going further up into the clouds. Now I've made it to the top of the mountain. You can see the two icers right there, and you can see the clouds moving in as well. I call it clouds, but I know it's fog, but it's way up here on top of the mountains, and you can see the ice right here, and it's just amazing up here. Not a great view because of course you have the fog clouds moving in, the mist, everything moving in, so it obscures your view as you move through it. But over on the other side, across the valley, there's another mountain over there. You can see the mountain range over there, but this is on top of where we're at right here, and you see the icers coming up out of down there. So I'm gonna head on down there. It's at the lower elevation, but I'm gonna make my way down there. I can imagine being up here during the winter time trying to do mountain climbing on the ice. You could easily get lost in this cloud and fog and everything cover. So you have to make sure you have your instruments, GPS, whatever monitors you have, and your beacon. There's no cellular service, so get out satellite. Water fell on the camera. Yes, it's raining, so gotta constantly wipe it out. But there they are. I think one of the things I try to do is stay on the beaten path, since they say there are obstacles up here and all kinds of exploded ordnances. I want to stay on the path as much as possible. See the fog, the cloud, whatever you call it, lifted a bit, so we can see a little bit more. Got a birdie flying by. Look at him go. Hello. Good day. Good afternoon. Hello. Hi. You see, I'm almost racing now because I'm going down. It's 2.4 Ks coming out here. 2.4 kilometer, that is. Yeah. Hello, how are you doing? Good. Good. Oh, they got all that red substance on the ice right there. Maybe somebody shut off a flare. Hello, how are you?
Hi. Good, and you?
Good. You like when you fire off a flare and the red powder paints the ice. Maybe a rescue helicopter come and pick you up. Well, yeah, as you see, I'm going down, but the funny thing is I'm going down on the opposite side of the mountain. So I'm gonna have to go back up and then go down the treacherous way. Oh, see, the sun is trying to peep out. But the clouds are keeping it in check. But it's trying to peep out. But yep. It's amazing how there's still greenery up here. Look. Even a flower popping out. Look. Isn't that something? Look at it. So much contrast. Flowers blooming, greens, rocky mountains, snow, not too cold, clouds, and sun. Yeah, no, I'm a bit dramatic, as people might say, or I'm a clown. But yeah, you get the drift.